All right, hello and welcome to Adventures in Lollygagging and Friends. We are playing Holler tonight in Appalachian Apocalypse. We're continuing Blasted Beauty. We are in Act 6. We are, I think, hopefully going to finish Act 6 tonight. We'll see how it goes. We are on the precipice of this asylum that you all have been sent to. And so we'll see how it goes. They were just talking beforehand as Jeremy was reminiscing about the dangers of devil dogs, as there are devil dogs wandering about. We'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. They're fine. They're just dogs. They're just nice, sweet dogs.
Just dogs.
Just throw like a T-bone steak or something somewhere, and that'll be fine. It'll be fine. So yeah, why don't we just dive in pretty quickly, and we can get started. Let's just do a quick roundtable, and everyone can introduce the characters, and we can get going. So Chuck, who are you, man?
I'm Double D. I'm my brother over there, Cletus. I didn't hear last time. It's good. Hi.
Yeah.
Hey. That's the latest.
Yep. That was well said. All right. Let's keep going. I guess let's keep going. Doggins. Dan, you want to tell us about Doggin?
Yeah, I'm Dan, and I'm playing Doggin, the officially now alcohol wizard. And I just try and cheat and make everybody a little better by forcing them to drink alcohol.
Yes, and some of you actually are currently under the effects of your alcohol wizardry, as you have that Farsight thing. So I can't remember which one of you have it, but I know that some of you do. It's in my notes, but I wasn't smart enough to write down exactly who. So some of you. Then next up we got the other Cletus, or the other Cletus brother. Wait, I probably asked this before. Do you guys have a last name? Do you guys have a family name?
Yeah, man, it's kind of like Mario Brothers, man. Like I'm Cletus.
I'm Double D. Cletus.
Okay. Is Amian taking on the Cletus last name?
Hey,
I think so.
Yeah,
Okay.
man. He's adopted, man. It's
Amian Cletus.
Yep. It's true.
It works.
It
works. Jeremy, tell us about Cletus.
Yeah, man, I'm Double D's big little brother. Appalachian Ninja. I handle unique situations where I sneak up on something, take him out. But I will say this is a cover your butt kind of situation, because these things will take hold of one of your cheeks and rip it clean off. One done bit me for 68 points of damage first time I met him. No joke.
Yeah, that's true. So we played a couple Savage Tales before we actually ran the Blasted Beauty campaign, as we were just testing it out and everything. And in one of them, I think it was like Sitstone Mountain Mystery Murder. I can't remember the exact name. But one of them, we had an explosion of unparalleled proportions as a dog bit Cletus in the ass for 68 points of damage. It was pretty crazy. He did not soak all the wounds. It was rough.
I tried best I could, but I could not clap hard enough to make him release.
No. So it's canon in our world that Cletus is missing one half of his ass cheek, because it was taken by that creature. Yep. Got to get you a prosthetic so you can sit down and everything like that.
Yeah.
All right. Let's go bottom row. Our exorcist, Melissa, tell us about Louisa.
So Louisa is our holy ruler. Usually she's just kind of the support, and she, kind of like gives little boosts to people's fists or Joe's knives or different things like that. But last session she was called upon to perform an exorcism, and she did. She succeeded at it. So yeah,
You totally did. It was really fun. That was a fun little encounter, as we had like a storm and everything. So, and then the shack nearly fell down, and then the demon popped out. You all fought it. A lot of fun. Next up, we got the character Joe. Bert, tell us about Joe.
I am Joe. I fix things and I end things. And here, after drinking me some really good shine, I could see for miles.
That's true. Doggin's shine is some of the best. So I guess, yeah, so Joe had it. Cletus, I'm pretty sure you had it because you saw the vines or something like that when you were scouting. And then I'm not sure if maybe Louisa had it too. I'm not sure, but I know at least a couple of you had it.
you have a note that says something about rounds of a D10, and there was 2 so far. So I don't know if that was for the site or what that was for, but
I don't know.
Dan, you're muted.
You're muted there, Dan.
I think I gave it to everybody but myself
Okay. Fair enough.
because
And then
I'm missing 5 power points.
Okay. Okay. So you upped it to get, yeah, gotcha. And then finally, we have Amian Cletus. So Joe, tell us about Amian Cletus.
Yeah, I'm Amian, and I recently was adopted by the Cletus brothers, and also more recently had a demon pulled out of me. So that was an experience that was a lot less deadly than I expected it to be. And yeah, that's
Yeah.
pretty much it.
That's pretty accurate. Yeah, you rolled the low die on the dodge the session before, and so it got in you.
Right.
And then, but yeah, you guys thankfully have a holy roller right in your party, and so you're able to get that going. Otherwise, you would have had to go see a granny woman, and you would have been able to kind of do it that way or whatever. But that would have given some extra time for the demon to be inside. Basically, like once a day, I think it was, they were able to try to break you from the inside and give you some kind of hindrance. It could be like a broken bone or the ugly. I think you have the ugly hindrance because you were getting pustules
Yeah, I
in your
think my
face.
eye and like face is still all
Yeah.
messed up from that.
And it'll go away. It's temporary, but like, a couple days or something like that, as like, everything heals, like you'll be fine. You can kind of delete it. We'll probably say by the start of the next act, you'll probably be okay. Okay then. So why don't we dive in? So you all have been en route to Bondurant Asylum in the Cussfoot Fens in the southeast portion of the Holler. Oh, that reminds me. I finally did, because I know Griffin's been asking about this. The map. I mean, I got the combat, like, not that we're going to do combat or anything, but that's not what I'm saying. But I just wanted to show the map because people have been asking about the map. So this is a bit of the map for Holler. I can't get the whole thing because there's a billion people on the screen right now. But you can see we are currently, let me scroll up a bit. I'll show you where we're at. So we're right about yonder there where it says Bondurant Asylum. I've been using this little jalopy to track our movement for a bit. But yeah, we started over here in Ashdown or so, came over to near Almarine, cut across over to Bondurant, and that's where we're at now. So, but yeah, it's a really cool map. There's tons of places, and I don't know if I don't think we're gonna go to every single one, obviously, but we'll go to a lot of the major places. So a lot of fun. Anyhow, so I'll leave that up as I'll go through the little summary here, and then we'll get started. So you've been en route to Bondurant Asylum because you're looking to rescue the former speakeasy operator Harley Rice, who from the very beginning of the campaign got in trouble after that big old brawl that you guys were involved in inside of the Stump Bumpers speakeasy outside Ashdown. You also are looking to try to rescue company man turned big boy saboteur Stormy Pickins, who I would say Ella May wants because like they're really good at blowing stuff up, and they're like they used to do they used to do mining. They used to kind of blow the tops off these mountains, but then kind of had an epiphany that this was a bad thing to do. You also encountered a group of what some rumor mongering you've heard is called the Meat Yardians, and they were attacking a cranberry farmer. That farmer was Irving Slayton. He was a widowed survivor of this tragedy of Almarine that Cletus witnessed a while back. And after staying overnight in their home, he stumbled into a bear trap and died. Not just from the bear trap. He was a goner. He was getting eaten from the inside by the demon that had been possessing him for a few days now. But it found a new home in Amian, as we said. Blightstorm rolled in, and it was kind of threatening to just sweep the shack away. But Larissa was doing like the Exorcist. We had these kind of parallel dramatic tasks where a few of you were trying to keep the shack together, while the rest of you were kind of helping out with the ritual. Eventually, the demon was forced out, but in doing so, it became corporeal, knocked one side of the shack out. You guys fought it, and you actually kind of kicked its ass as you got some pretty well-placed gunshots in. Then you rested for a bit, and you headed northeasternly, I should say, camping near the banks of the Big Sandy River again. Cletus, you saw a will-o-wisp glow off in the distance, but you didn't follow it. And the night passed kind of uneventfully. When crossing Big Sandy wasn't really too difficult. It was a little tiring, and there was some stuff bumping around in the water below, but nothing really too bad. But eventually you crossed, and you made it to the grounds of the asylum. So let me sort of just refresh your memory as to what you have learned, and then you can kind of tell me what it is you guys want to do. So you did some scouting. You got that vision enhancement that we talked about with Amian, and you saw there's a 20-foot tall wrought iron fence that's extending around the entire grounds. But you were able to spot a few areas where you might be able to squeeze through it here and there because the marshy ground is creating some unevenness here and there. There are packs of devil dogs and these other kind of creepy folks with pumpkin heads that are patrolling the grounds. Cletus, like we already mentioned, you know about the devil dogs. The main entrance, there's a gate that goes through the fence. It's this ornate gate that seems to be tended by a single keeper who's on the opposite side of the gate from you guys. You don't see any trees or brush between where the fence is and the asylum is, so it's just a lot of flat, marshy ground. So closing the distance between that fence and the asylum is going to be kind of difficult without being seen. Cletus, you did spot some vines growing on the outside of asylum, and it might make ascension to the second or the third floor where the windows are possible. There are front doors, like these. The main entrance into the building of the asylum itself seems to be protected by a portcullis, like that kind of gate that drops down in front of it. And there's a heavy-duty iron door, metal door in the rear, but it also is kind of flanked by these slits in the wall where you saw people moving back and forth. So there's like orderlies and nurses, you would think. Weather-wise, everything's okay right now. There was a little bit of a fog on Big Sandy when you were crossing it, but not necessarily blight. There are storm clouds way off to the east, but nothing that's imminent, but it could be later in the day, could be a problem. So we'll pick up. You guys are still there. You probably you did some scouting, we'll say, and you retreated a little bit further away out of sight of some of those patrols. And I'll turn it to you. What do you guys want to do?
Man, okay, I got a couple things in mind. Number one, we don't want them dogs to get our scent. Number two, we ain't gonna be able to run across nothing. But if we just get ourselves just roll around like pigs in mud up in this muck, it's gonna be filthy and nasty. It's gonna get in all your crevices and you're gonna hate it. But you get yourself good and slathered up. Number one, you're just gonna smell like the land. Dogs ain't gonna smell you for nothing. Then you just kind of crawl along on your belly, you know.
All right. Just belly flop. Well,
yeah, dirty belly flop.
Dirty belly flop.
That's all I got.
I think that's half of it at least.
Starting point.
I was figuring that way down. I ain't gonna what go on. I just belly flop.
Just
Are
doing
you
it.
gonna wait till nighttime to try and crawl across?
Man, them dogs, they don't give a damn what time of day it is. They're gonna see you. Them's the devil dogs, man. Now, unless anybody's got any ideas for how to create a distraction in some place is a place that we isn't.
Well, you say they got really powerful sniffers on them, do you?
Yeah.
Well, how about if we make something that's powerfully stinky?
Okay.
Make me one of them there gas bombs. Smells like the rear end of Double D on a burrito day.
Ammonia.
Get that stuff wafting in the wind and they just won't be able to smell a thing. Now,
Mhm.
they might be able to see us, but I don't know how good their eyesight is.
This is why we got the mud and we can clear it. And then the stink do factor on the occasion.
Yeah, you start looking around. It's like, well, we got some pine trees here. We got some alcohol. I turn this into a glycerin and get it all like smoke pots and just get that stuff all in the air. Yeah. Looking around.
I think that
That's my
sounds like a
MacGyver.
great plan.
Talent coming in play there.
Nice.
I don't know if this would qualify under what you're trying to do, but I do have at least one of those shocker sticks, if that's something that you might be able to repurpose to some sort of.
Well, maybe. I mean, I got to heat up that liquid real hot and all to create the smoke. And, a Double D wants to, maybe sacrifice their drawers or his socks. Either one, going to get a powerful stench going on this thing.
Or stripping.
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry, Double D. I'm sorry. You go commando. I remember now. You ain't got no drawers.
Mm-mm. Go and eat them.
And you ain't got but the one sock.
He had, though. I wear a match. All right.
I was thinking about just whipping up some of that slumber drink.
Maybe we can combine them.
Uh,
Mess up the smell and put them to sleep too. Maybe it'll put some of them pumpkin head things. You think pumpkins need to breathe? I mean, how does a pumpkin's airway work? They could be all clogged up with seeds and shit.
mm-hmm. Hey, you guys start somewhere. I'm going to go knock a tree down for you.
Okay,
I
so
believe
what's
that we probably have some food that we might have gotten a little bit of something when we spent the night that we could mix with some of that sleeping stuff there, Doggin. Perhaps we could kind of throw that out near the scent so that the dogs will eat it, maybe? That's some...
Man, then we got ourselves a trifecta of ideas. Can't fail. This brain trust is too big to fail.
all right? So let me see if I understand this correctly. You're going to take down a tree, create a distraction by like setting something on fire outside, like to try to draw them out to like inspect it. Right? Is that the idea? And then you're going to have treats with like some sort of food. You're going to use some of your food and you're going to mix in Doggin's sleep potion stuff and see if that'll get the devil dogs to eat them.
And
that
don't
right?
forget that we're rolling around in mud so that we don't smell out of place.
Yeah, okay. Okay.
That's the important part. It's got to be just like Predator, I assume. Like we're going to become invisible.
It feels like it. It feels like it. It sounds like we've sort of stumbled into a quick encounter. So why don't we say Double D, give us a survival test to get that tree down. Joe, if you're the one trying to put together some kind of like combo of your items and your and whatever Double D can bring you, I guess roll your repair. Doggett sounds like it's just going to be a distillery test for you, like if you're doing your moonshine.
Roll it up.
And then are Louisa or Cletus or Amian contributing to this little quick encounter here?
So I'm curious on Doggett's alcohol powers. Is your role to like make the thing, and then is it like a separate, like could you make your concoction and then somebody else throw it, or is like
that's
the
an
throwing
option in theory?
Okay.
Because basically the way it works is that the affected target makes a spirit test.
Okay.
So in theory, anybody could throw it, but I have to successfully make it first, and then they have to take spirit tests to see if they're affected by it or not.
And is it if you breathe in that it affects you?
Let me read the exact words on here. I think it's like something you got to breathe.
So we know the dogs like to gain up on people.
Oh, it doesn't say.
Yeah, so right now what you have observed is that there are like kind of patrols. There's a couple dogs, Pumpkinhead, kind of there's like little groups here and there. But yeah, from Cletus's experience, when they like roam in packs or something like that, they can be pretty brutal if they kind of gang up on a singular target, because they kind of surround them. They can get on you pretty fast because first of all, their teleportation ability, but they also are, even when they're not teleporting, they're quite fast. And they also have the ability to run on water too. So they are very quick in all sorts of different ways.
What if someone was holding your sleep thing as bait, and then when they got swarmed, they smashed it at their feet?
I mean, you'd also have to make the test.
What if they were wearing something like a makeshift sort of gas mask or something?
Maybe. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like that's gonna be kind of a gray area of sorts.
So
It doesn't have a very good description on how it applies.
So there are different. So different. I know there's like some of them for the moonshiner. Some of them are consumption. Some of them are blast. Like you throw them and they explode. Did you look?
And this is considered like a blast sort of thing because it's a template technically.
Right, like a medium template or something like that. So it's probably gonna get a couple of them. So I'm still fine with like I still think the idea of feeding it to them and trying to draw them in that's pretty clever. So like we'll still let it apply there. If that ends up working out the way you want it.
I can spend a lot more points and make it a large template and have it affect everybody in it or whatever. But
sure, cool.
But I think this is a more intelligent application here.
Okay. So Double D, did you pass your survival test? Okay.
No, not yet. Actually, I'm real bad at distinguished tree. They're all brown to me. If someone pointed out, I'd just rip it down. But I mean, it may not even be a tree.
Okay. You just wanna give it a roll anyway? See, all right. Yeah, give it a roll. It'll be fun.
We do have some bonuses you could take if you
That's
want.
true.
I don't want
We
them things.
do have some bonuses.
Oh no.
Let me roll. I'm
We got a
scared.
ton.
Oh Lord. Here it comes on scale.
Mm-hmm.
All right. 0.
Okay. I will say that you did in fact take a tree down.
I got a tree.
There's a gnarly looking tree that was kind of growing out. I mean, it's a swamp, so the ground is very marshy. So you're able to kind of rip down some kind of gnarled looking thing that almost looks like a hand ripping up from the ground, and you just you cut it away as best you can, and you kind of take it into a couple pieces, drop it down in a pile next to Joe. Joe, you rolled your repair already. Looks like you got a success. And so, yeah, you're able to sort of probably with one of those shocker sticks and some of your other gear, you're able to kind of put together some kind of, it's not just burning wood, but like something that you're hoping is going to draw them in, like an attractive scent. And then Doggint, are we going along with the whole like leaving bait around the fire to get them to eat? Is that the idea?
Yeah, I'm fine with that. I mean, it will or it won't work. So
okay. So did anybody want to like maybe do like a survival test to grab fish from the river or like try to grab something out there like in the swamp or something, or did you just have something on you that you wanted to use instead?
You're muted there, Bert.
I'll go get us something tasty like. Something them dogs might like.
Okay.
Do we need someone to like position all of this still?
I mean, I'm not too concerned about that. I would imagine you're doing it far enough away from the gate so that you're not immediately seen, but close enough that it still can be like the wafting can get there. Okay.
Am I still fatigued or no?
Yeah, you'd probably still be fatigued unless Louisa did some kind of spell. As you guys, I think, started scouting immediately. 4 is fine. So yeah, you grab a couple gnarly looking fish outside, from
dogs like mud skipper, don't they? Got some mud skipper here.
So you get Dogged's stuff. You start his slumber. You start kind of feeding that into the mouths of these things that you were able to fish up. You kind of have them tossed around here and there. We'll say you probably have to do it to make it make sense. Probably near the banks of Big Sandy. Otherwise, there's just fish hanging around for no reason. And so, yeah, do you all want to get in like hiding positions or something? Or okay, anybody who's doing that, anybody who's doing that, roll a notice test.
Is there anybody that needs some relief? Because if I try to cast relief from fatigue that isn't connected to a wound or anything like that, either way, basically it lasts an hour and it just makes you feel better. It doesn't like get rid of anything permanently. But if anybody's dealing with some fatigue, I can try to do some relief. Just
I'm still gonna. Also, I don't.
You're muted, Bert.
Got mutes in 2 places. I am dealing with a point of fatigue.
Okay. All right, I'll do a relief.
I
I'm
will take
also
one of
still
our
gonna roll around in
bonuses.
mud and stuff too to
Mm-hmm.
hide my scent.
Yeah, man.
take one
Just
of our
get all up in
bonuses.
there like a pig and shit.
Yep.
Okay.
Man, last time I was in these parts, I suplexed me a hog while I was all covered in mud.
That is true. That is very true.
So I just blew my really good roll on a trying to get rid of one fatigue. Rolled a 29.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
Unfortunately. So Joe, you're not fatigued anymore.
It's like
Right.
a cup of espresso. I'm all ready to go now.
And
Okay.
then Louisa kind of looks around at everybody, kind of drops her walking stick and rolls around in the mud.
Okay, so you've got your. I meant to say stealth before, not notice. I'm sorry, because you guys,
okay.
if you're stealthing, if you're trying
yeah,
to stay
okay.
out of sight, is your eventual goal to ambush them or just bypass them?
Bypass.
I think it'd be to bypass.
Yeah.
I like my
Yeah.
cheeks.
Do we? Well,
Wow. Go dogging.
Nice dogging. The 11.
I mean, maybe we
Or I
should
drink
ambush
to sneak your
them
idea.
because we're gonna have to deal with them again on our way out.
Hey, listen, I wanted to tell you something. No.
I'm going to re-roll that.
I mean, in theory, if they fall asleep, they'll be out for a while.
Oh, I still fail.
If they don't fall asleep, then that's another matter. But
Yeah, I would say if we fail fighting them on the way in, we won't get anything done. If we fail fighting them on the way out, maybe we'll have a little additional support with us.
That's true.
That's true.
'Cause then we can just keep on running.
the goal is to not alert everybody on the way in.
Oh, great.
I mean, that's going to happen regardless. It's how long we can go before it happens. Let's be honest.
We're thinking positive.
Hey,
Yeah,
We can
we
do
got this. We can do it.
So you guys are all take some hiding places, so you can see this sort of burning contraption Joe made. You cover yourselves in mud. You don't smell good at all. The fire is burning. You can see the smoke kind of billowing up. This dark black smoke. It's not the most well scented of odors, but that's not necessarily a bad thing. But you're not sure if Double D grabbed the right kind of tree, as it's just boy, that's rancid. But nonetheless, you do hear the sounds of like a couple of barks, and you hear like a voice, and you can't kind of quite make it out. But it's someone shouting something over by the gate. Those of you who still have your eyesight stuff, you can see that the gate opens up, and coming out looks to be two of those pumpkin-headed figures, and what looks like a total of 5 of these devil dogs that are kind of like flanked with them. There's still some left on the inside, but it looks like probably about half the number, maybe maybe a third or so of the number, something like that, starting to come out, and they're kind of going to inspect your findings. So the pumpkin-headed guys are kind of wandering out. They got these big old kind of pitchforks with them, and you can see their heads are kind of bobbling around here and there, and you have like what looks like lanterns that they're holding up, and they get kind of right up to it, and kind of look, and they start looking around, and you can see that the dogs are doing that as well. Doggett, you'll notice that 2 of the dogs appear to be going directly for some of the fish that you've laid down on the ground. And like one of the pumpkin-headed figures is like smashing them in their ass with like the back of like their pitchfork, trying to get him to stop. But it doesn't seem to do it. As you guys are kind of getting ready to sneak past, however, you notice that a couple of the other dogs they do one of these. They start sniffing the air a bit, and you see their heads just kind of turn, and 3 of them, it's like almost instantly, they all just kind of turn over in the direction of some brush where y'all are hiding, specifically Joe, and you guys watch as they start to kind of walk, and then they stop, they sniff again, and you can see the rest of them start to come and follow. But as they do, like the 2 that were eating the fish just kind of, and like a fainting goat, just fall over to the side. The pumpkin guys look a little concerned at this point. They brandish their pitchforks and they're looking around. And that's when like you see the 3 that didn't fall asleep just disappear, and they appear right around Joe, who's hiding in the bush, as he is now immediately surrounded by these teleporting creatures. We'll do a little combat then. We can just do this in a manner that is befitting theatrical stuff.
Crap.
Unfortunately,
Well,
that 3 was not quite good enough. To be honest, the 4 wasn't quite good enough either. So whoever rolled a 4, you probably were looking to. Doggett, you're actually still hidden with your 11.
We had a plan, dang it. Those are just supposed to work automatically.
You
know
you
exactly
got
what I wanna
you got
do.
2 of the dogs out. You got 2 of the dogs out.
It's
so that's
true.
good.
Yep.
All right, so let me go ahead and put you all in. All right, I'm not even going to bother putting the other 2 dogs. Now, the only ones that are in immediate range of like where you guys are all hiding are the dogs. The pumpkin heads are still about 20 yards away or so, and kind of, charging in to see where their dogs just ran off to. But yeah, let's go ahead and begin. All right, Joe. Good news. You go first. You just got all of us. You're hiding. You're crouching down in this bush. You're like watching through like the leaves that are left on this gnarled piece of shrubbery, and all of a sudden, and you hear right next to you.
Oh, hell! I hit it with my wrench.
Okay.
Because I don't
go
want to make
ahead.
too much noise.
Okay, go ahead and smack one of them.
Oh, I'm going to spin a shit.
Okay.
Oh, another useless bend. Oh,
You
miss.
you go to swing.
Whiff.
And like it just sort of quickly and deftly kind of steps to its side, missing. Let's see. Next up, Louisa, you are next.
Yes. So I am going. Let's see. The next one in line is going to be. Let's see. I'll do double D. So, what would you be likely to attack with?
Hands.
I'm gonna smite your hands.
Oh, got glow fingers. Look at 'em.
Let's see. I'm gonna roll with this. Ooh. All right. That is an 18, which is, let's see. Okay. So that's going to be a +4 for double D because that was a raise.
Nice.
Because we're all close together, I feel like this wouldn't necessarily be inappropriate to kind of add some modifiers for additional recipients since we're all kind of close together. So
Sounds fine to me. Yeah, go for it.
So it's going to be 2, and that's going to be +1. So I will do. I can do. I will also do Cletus and Amian.
Man, that's the Cletus trifecta.
Yeah.
Louisa knows where the bread's buttered. The Cletus family.
Hey.
Okay. Okay.
So then I'll still have some power points left over if I need to do some healing.
Sounds good. Okay. Next up is going to be one of these devil dogs that just blinked on top of Joe. They are going to attack. So he's just going to try to bite you is really all he's going to do. So, and again, as we already talked about, these aren't actually No, they're not wild cards. They just had crazy good stuff. Let's see. So fighting. All right, so this is on Joe. 6 to hit. What's your parry?
Only a 4.
Okay, so that does hit. Damage then is, I think, strength plus D6. All right, so they do hit kind of hard. They can hit kind of hard. Well, only 6 points of damage, as I rolled one of them was a 1.
I have
So
a
6 points
toughness
of
of
damage.
6.
Okay, so dazed, I think, is all you would be. Or not dazed, shaken, excuse me. I don't know why I said dazed. Shaken, but no wound. Okay. Next up, one of the pumpkins will go, but all they're going to be able to do from where they're at is try to start closing the distance. They're not going to be able to do that on this particular turn. So you're going to see one of them is just kind of sees suddenly, like because they're looking around, like where the damn dogs go, and they see suddenly that like in this brush where they're attacking Joe, one of them sees it and just starts bolting and running in your direction, but otherwise can't do anything this turn. Amian, you're up.
So I want to run for Joe and on my way scoop up some of the uneaten fish and have like one in each hand. And then that's probably going to be my whole turn.
Okay. So we'll say, so you're trying to close in on Joe and you want to pick up some of this fish. Okay. Yeah, that's fine.
Yep.
Doggett, you're up next.
I'm trying to think of what I can do here that's going to be helpful. I'm tempted to just go ahead and throw another sleep bomb at Joe and hope he can soak through it.
Sure. Probably Amian now too, right? Because Amian, you said you ran up right behind him. So yeah. So I'd say probably Amian.
Yep.
Amian too. Doesn't mean they couldn't do it though.
I got a lot of spirit.
Oh, it's a spirit test, so
It's up to you, bud.
We've got some extras if you need some.
Man, don't you worry about it. Us Cletus boys can handle our moonshine.
yeah, we'll just do it.
What's the
Okay.
worst that could happen?
Puts two of them to sleep and the dogs all pass their rolls. Something like that.
Well, you're not all getting hit by it though, right?
It's if you're throwing it on top of the dogs, it's like a medium blast, right? So
Yeah.
I would say the only if Joe obviously and Amian specifically just declared kind of catching up to Joe, but I would say the rest of you probably found different hiding spots. You're close enough that you can kind of like move to one another, but I would say you're not close enough to get hit by this kind of blast. So just those right there by that bush where Joe's hiding.
Yes. So just a regular
spirit test. Okay.
Yep.
First one failed. Second one exploded for 15. Third one also exploded for 9.
Oh.
Okay, so
That's
we'll say one of them managed to fail. So I'll go ahead and let's see. Oop, that's the wrong button. I can't remember what the sleep thing is here, but
Amian succeeded on the spirit.
Yep.
I just gotta see how Joe does.
yeah, go ahead and roll a spirit test there, Joe.
We have boosts if you would like a +1 or a
This
+2.
would probably be a turn to use one.
I will take a +2.
Fair enough.
And
There you go.
You're fine.
Okay.
You had a 4.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
All you have to have.
So the one that I moved up to the top of the screen there, that's the one we'll say that was the first one I rolled. So that one is asleep. The other two, so this one just falls over, like a what's it called from Empire, and just falls. So then that was Doggin's turn. One of the other devil dogs will go. The one that actually just got turned to sleep is actually the one that would have gone. They're still sleeping. We go over the double D. What would you like to do?
That was worthwhile then.
It was.
Come on,
You
run.
knocked it
Yeah,
out.
for sure.
See? I'm gonna run. I'm gonna punch. I'm gonna punch.
Yeah, man. Okay. Go
All
for
right.
it.
I'm gonna roll dice. Okay, with the thing right there. All right. First one, 14.
Yes, that is good. Also
Okay.
a raise. Yeah.
All right. I gotta do that. Yep. What is that number? Oh, damn it. I need another D8.
This guy is D8s.
Here's a D8. There's a D8. All right, first hit is only going to be 8 damage.
Okay. 8 damage is enough to shake it, but not enough to actually wound it.
Did you add in your extra D6 and your extra +4?
+4.
Yeah, that's right. You got
+4 to damage.
your smite
And an
yeah,
extra
that's right.
D6 for the raise.
Mhm.
All right, roll the extra D6. So, yeah, it'll be 12.
Okay, 12 is actually enough then to wound it, which would kill it. So go ahead and describe your kill.
All right, run up. It's a bad dog. I grab it by the scruff of his neck. I just punch his head in.
Okay.
I close enough to swing on the other one.
Yeah, they're all kind of surrounding. That's fine. Yeah.
I do it.
I'm going to assume you're going to kill the one that hasn't gone yet. So we'll take that one out.
No, yep. It's going to be 14.
14, still a hit. Yeah. Raise as well.
All right.
Check your own D20s.
Yeah, a roll percentile.
That's the best way to do it. This ain't Call of
That's-
Cthulhu.
10, 18.
75. 18 damage.
18 damage.
Okay. Describe how you kill the other one.
I beat it to death with the first one.
Okay. So you punch right through one. Your fist comes through the other side, and you just reach in, you grab it, lift it up, and just smash it down. You hit
Yep.
the spine of the second one. Just okay.
Heal.
Oh, goodness.
It's turn.
Okay, that was a hell of a turn. Okay.
Ain't so bad, Cletus. You talk about you wanted that chick to be gone.
Okay. So
I could stand to lose a little bit of weight. I won't lie.
Uh-huh.
okay. The second pumpkin head will go next. Watching this horrific, violent display as one of the devil dogs is punched clear through its side, the other, and then lifted up and crushes the back of the other, and then the third falls asleep, and 2 more fall asleep. I'm going to go ahead and roll a little test to see if they're just going to charge in or if they're smart enough to go do something else. They're just going to charge in. They have pumpkins for heads, so yeah.
Beer.
Okay, so they're not. Yeah, I don't really have anything that I can do from a distance, so they're just going to close the distance basically for now. Did I make you guys roll fear tests for? I think I did. I think you guys did roll fear tests for these last time, so we don't need to do it now.
Yeah,
And then
last time we did.
Sure.
Yeah, so then it'll come to
Because we got
Cletus,
all
Cletus.
the eyesight stuff.
All right.
Right.
Now, I haven't come out just yet. Are these pumpkinhead fellas aware of me?
Would you roll for stealth?
Or
I would say you would probably realize you're at a distance from them. You can probably tell that with your 4, unfortunately, they did roll a 6 on their notice. So at one point,
All right,
as they're
that's
running,
fair.
they're pointing the different people out, and one of them points at you.
all right. No, that's fair. Nonetheless, that one that points at me, I'm going to get in.
Okay, yeah. I would say because they spent all their term running, yeah, you can get to them for sure.
All right, I'm going to go and get that son bitch. There we go.
So they're
Just-
charging in. They've got the
And of course, I'm going to use their gouging ability to just do a called shot to that big old pumpkin head of his.
Okay, that makes sense.
It's a 6 hit?
A 6 is not good enough. As you charge
Man.
in, you go to punch, and one of the pitchforks just kind of throws it off to the side.
Man, no way, man. I'm spending a penny on that.
Wait, didn't you get the same bonus from Louisa?
Well, but that's the damage.
That's
That ain't
damage,
to
yeah.
hit. How about
Ah.
an 8?
An 8 is good enough, yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
There
What
you go.
would you
So
like
I
to
got
do?
me +4 for the attack to the head, and a +4 for the smite. So I'll put a +8 to the end of this.
Oh dear.
There we go. 28 points
Okay.
damage.
I'm not gonna bother to soak anything.
Wow.
Describe your kills. That will do enough to take it out. So describe how you take
he
this down.
points out at me. I come run into him, and I get one arm up under his arm, pick him up like a rock bottom sort of thing, right?
Yeah.
And just pick his big old gourd head up and just smash it down into a rock, and it just splatters across
It does.
everything.
And it's not like pumpkins on the inside, but it's some sort of sludge and brain matter and some weird concoction of disgusting liquids.
I was
and
going to say
tissue.
something cool when it happened, but then that got in my mouth, and now I'm kind of retching for a second. But
That makes
Yup.
perfect sense. Okay.
Yup.
Next round then, Doggett, you lead off, man. You're muted there, Dan.
Forgetful. I'm not much of a fighter though, so I might just kind of
Okay.
hang back. Maybe I'll go beat up on some sleeping dogs.
There is a sleeping dog right here, so go right ahead. Yeah. I mean, just treat it like get the drop or something. Take a +4 or whatever it is. This thing's just laying there.
Still got an attitude adjuster, so
Yeah. Oh god, the studded club. Okay.
yeah. That's 9.
9 is plenty. It's actually not a raise though, but it is a hit. So go ahead and roll your damage +4. We'll say because of I'll just say just the drop. It's fine.
Nice.
There you go. That's an explosion. Okay.
Not bad.
That is enough for a raise. That is enough to kill it then. So there's damage enough and
Hooray.
1 to win. So describe how you kill this poor defenseless devil dog.
I assume I'm just like walking up there and I'm just whack.
Like, okay, all right. So you come up, you just smash, you just brain it in the side. It is dead, no longer going to be any sort of problem. Louisa,
Got you, Joe.
the plan to sort of stealth and distract didn't necessarily work too well,
No.
but you guys are adapting pretty well here as this fight's going wonderfully. Other than Joe, I think getting shaken. I think everyone's clean and clear. What would you like to do, Louisa?
So Louisa,
kill a helpless sleeping baby.
I'm sorry.
Kill a helpless sleeping dog.
You want me to do what?
No, I'm just kidding.
And Louisa will remember the stories that Cletus has told about these devil dogs, and they're like jumping around in time and space and all of that kind of stuff. And so she will go over to kind of one of the other ones that are sleeping, and she's got her
Right.
knife, and she's gonna.
So they're over where the pumpkin heads are running from. So like remember that they went up towards your fire, and then 2 of them right off the bat fell for like the
Oh, I
fish.
see. They're a little.
The
far
other
away.
3
Okay.
teleported on. 2 of them have been killed by Double D, and then Doggett just finished the sleeping one off. So all of the ones within range of you have been killed. But you can start like kind of veering around the pumpkin heads to kind of close in. There's only 1 pumpkin head left anyway, and it's right next to Cletus. So you presume if both the Cletus boys go, they're going to go here in a sec. So they'll probably be able to take it out. So you can probably start running there if you want.
Yeah, just to be safe.
Okay, fair enough. And then Double D, you just killed 2 of these dogs. And
I would like to say apologies on I'm the cheater. I cheated and I misunderstood
what?
the benefit and I played it to hit, but I still would have hit. But I am sorry that I have disgraced your game.
Wow. You would have hit with what would your rolls have been?
It would have still been like a 12 and
It's still a raise then. You're good.
yeah, it would have
No
still
problem.
been like a 12 and like a 14 or some shit.
Oh yeah, you're fine then. Don't worry about it.
Welcome,
All right.
Raiders. Welcome.
Hello.
Murder
Hey,
hobos.
I'll
and Joker
chase that thing
pros.
down. I'll beat the crap out of it.
Okay, so you just saw Cletus just like body slam one of them to a rock. The head exploded. The second one is looking like it's about ready to poke him in the ass with his pitchfork. So you run up.
Gotta protect cheek remains.
I only got one cheek.
I only got one.
Save me.
Hey, run up. Punch.
Okay.
There's only an 8 to hit.
8 to hit is enough. Yeah, they have a parry of 7, so 8 is good.
Hang on. Get this out.
Are you using the soccer ball dice?
I am not. Because they're in the other room. I'm lazy. Oh, 4.
Wow.
That is sad.
That is
After the +4.
Oh yeah.
You've got a
Is that
+4.
still going?
Should be.
Yeah, it lasts for
Well, it
5
just says
minutes.
it's 8.
8 is enough to shake it. Yes.
All
You
right.
don't have to wound it, but it is shaking.
Nice.
Okay. Okay, then your brother will go next. So Cletus.
Oh,
Double D.
perfect. You shake him. I'm coming in for the stunner.
And gang up bonus 2-on-1 here. Take a +1 as well from that.
Okay. I'll take it.
Yeah, man.
Tag team back again.
Oh man,
9.
9 is a hit for sure. Not a
Okay.
race, but a hit.
It's okay. Still, I'll hit him in the head. Plus, I got the smite, so that's +8 to the end of it. Oh. Oh my god.
Just 28.
So
to the,
double D
28 damage
stuns
to the
him. I
first
just
one,
come running
20
in.
for the second. Yeah. Just go ahead and describe it. I cut you off. I'm sorry. I was just remarking on the 28 damage to the first one, and now 24 to the second.
Yeah,
so
I
what do you
mean,
do?
it's just as simple as Double D gets in he stomps on the toes, punches him in the gut, he doubles over, and Cletus just comes running. We're like a well-oiled machine. I come in, give me that stone cold Appalachian stunner. Bam! On my shoulder. It explodes across everybody's face.
And you and Double D are coated in this pumpkin brainage. Like you're just coated in. You thought you smelled bad a second ago with the mud on it. You smell even worse now as you're pulling flakes out of your hair and your beard and stuff like that. But they're both most assuredly dead. All threats currently are taken care of. You can see Louisa is running over and starting to stab away at these dogs. So that was the only other one left. So all of the enemies are now taken care of. There's two sleeping dogs.
I got a question.
Yeah, man.
Does it taste like pumpkin?
Do you want to try to eat it?
Yeah.
Okay. Sure. Go ahead. If that's the case. Yeah. Go ahead and roll a vigor at -2.
All right.
Is anyone else partaking?
No.
Nope. Actually,
6.
It does not taste. It does not taste like it. It actually burns your tongue as you go to eat it. You start to you swallow it a little bit as it goes down, burns your throat, gets all the way down. You just feel like this sense of heartburn kind of come.
Spicy.
And then your face is just starting to. It just feels swollen. Cletus, when you look at him, you can see like it just feels. You're not sure if he's having an allergic reaction to it or something like that, or you see these little red blotches start to form here and there. It's not nearly as bad as what happened to Amian. With the demon, but it's kind of you kind of get the sense that had he failed that figure test, it is what would have happened to him. But luckily he passed.
Oh, God.
Yeah. Some sort of disgusting necrotic toxin might be mixed up
People
with
and
these things.
eating things.
Don't eat the pumpkin. It's spicy as shit.
I mean, I believe you.
We should make some pumpkin spice bombs.
So
Yeah, man.
So we'll say that you easily dispatch the other two dogs that are asleep. No problems there. So all of those that have left, you have taken care of. You did recall seeing there's probably more around, but there's now going to be much bigger gaps in their patrols. So like you did probably take out about half of the exterior patrols you saw, give or take. And like the fire's still going. You probably built it up on near the banks of the river, maybe a good 50, 60 yards away. And, between the brush and the fog and all that kind of stuff, you can get back to the fence and the gate. And you can see now that they're like the patrols themselves, there's gaps now. Like you can tell, like they're not necessarily always covering. So it's probably, if you wanted to try to slip through the gate and kind of stealth run your way to the building, you have a much better chance of doing so now, as you won't necessarily get caught automatically just from trying to do it, since half the guards are missing now. So what do you guys want to do?
That
Run.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Probably have Cletus and Double D maybe carry Louisa, because she usually walks with like a limp,
This is true. Louisa does not run.
Okay. Doesn't run. She just chooses not to. No, thank you.
Yeah.
me too.
Yeah.
Stun conditioned over at this point.
It was shaken, so it's just a standard shaken.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that would have gone away. You're fine. Okay, so go ahead and roll, since you're trying to sneak up now. You can slip. You've already done the scouting to find like the slot, the places to go in the fence. So that's not, you don't have to roll for that. There's a front gate with the portcullis. There's a heavy metal back door, but it looks like there was activity back there. There are windows as well. So where would you say you guys are trying to sneak to?
Man, I got myself a pretty good sight line on some stuff up on the second, maybe even third story. Got myself some rope. I'm glad to do the initial climbing, drop the rope down. We don't go through the front door.
Probably be a win.
Fine with that.
You go first. I go last.
Probably
I'll
go
toss
through
people up
the
too.
side of the gate, because there was like part of the gate that was broken enough that we'd be able to go through it, right?
Yeah,
That's
there's a
not the
couple
front.
spots like that where like the marshy land has kind of caused the gate to kind of bend here strangely. So yeah, you can get through. So if Cletus, if you want to like sneak in first, climb up, drop the rope, give a signal or something from the roof, and then other people can start going, that would probably make a lot of sense if you want.
We got some of these dead pumpkin-headed guys.
Yeah, they're dead. Their heads have been exploded and obliterated. They just basically look like, just normal torsos with, overalls on.
And
at
Joe's
this
going to
point.
reach into that pumpkin guts and just wipe it all over himself, since we're already covering ourselves in other smells, getting that pumpkin smell all over it.
Go.
Don't taste unless you like spicy food.
Let's see. Let me see. I'm going to roll a
I
luck
do like
test.
spicy food.
Or you might taste it then.
Gotta burn your hands.
As long as Double D gives you the warning not to actually taste any of it.
Yeah, I'm not. Yeah,
Okay, then you're okay. Putting it on your hand, like it does have like it's definitely acidic, but like you choose not to. If you choose not to eat it, you're okay. You don't have to roll the vigor test. Okay.
pumpkin war paint.
Cletus, give me first a stealth and then an athletics to start climbing.
Hey, is that vision enhancement thing still going on?
How long does it go on there, Dan?
It's an hour. I don't know if we'd still have it or
It's
not.
probably between like collecting stuff, building stuff, getting.
Right.
Yeah, you probably don't have it anymore. You good with that? Do you want to bend?
Stealth.
Oh, well, the duration is 5. So I don't know what that means.
I'm good.
You're good. Okay.
I shouldn't be, but I am.
Okay. All right.
I don't know if that's supposed to be 5 rounds, maybe, or
Sure.
it just says 5.
I don't recall. You're about to go inside anyway, so we'll just say it fades. Okay, so Cletus, you slide through. At one point, as you're sliding through, you're a big guy. You're obese. It seems like you almost get stuck at one point. You're just, and then,
come on, my one cheek.
And as you're trying to push through, you do notice that there is.
Do I
patrol.
Winnie the Pooh situation?
You gotta get stuck, and you see this patrol is starting to come by. The rest of you, since he hasn't actually made it through the gate yet, if you want, you can. The rest of you see a patrol coming, but Cletus, because it is a hindrance, he gets caught. Do you guys want to try to do something to help him? Does anyone want to like push him through or pull him out?
I'm absolutely gonna run up and try and help.
Okay, so go ahead if you want to. You want to just try to like just shoulder him in?
Yeah, is there like enough of like a divot in the ground that he could like lay low on the other side?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
Go ahead and roll like a strength test there, Amy, and see if you could just.
All right.
He does have some strong hindquarters. We've seen it.
Does.
How you doing it? Because I was just going to run up and punch him in the
I'm
butt.
gonna take a +1.
Okay, yeah, go for it. All right, 5 is good. So Cletus, you're like,
Yeah, I'm gonna yell and point out like.
What do you yell, Amian, as you come up and just
So
shoulder
I'm
into
gonna
his cheek?
point out that there's people coming around, so lay low once you get through and
So Cletus,
shove them through.
you get popped through. You just like go right through, and suddenly you can breathe again. You kind of stumble down in the mud. There's no bush or tree, but there is some high grass. So you just kind of go like limp for a second. You're covered in this mud. You kind of camouflaged a bit. You hear the of footsteps kind of crunching near you. But I rolled a 2 on my notice test. And so they do not see you hiding down in the mud. You wait a couple minutes, or maybe, a good 45 seconds to a minute or so before they kind of get around to the other side, pop up, and then you just make it for the vines and such, and you start climbing up. Go ahead.
Nice job, little C.
Little C. Go ahead and roll a what's it called? Athletics. Just go ahead and climb up. You want to get to are you trying to get to the second floor, or just all the way up to the roof?
I don't know. I just got popped in the prostate. I'm going to the second floor.
Okay, second floor. All right, so
I
go ahead.
climb
And,
more than I need to.
all right.
We're gonna set the whole asylum free.
There we go.
Okay.
Give me another rock solid 5.
Climb up, and you've got your hands, and they're fairly sturdy vines, kind of slippery, but you're able to kind of grab onto them. They're holding your weight. You get up to one of these windows. You gotta push it open, and you realize it's locked. Like they have like these things, and you see like below you as like this patrol of 2 pumpkin heads and like 3 of these devil dogs just kind of moving around directly underneath you. You just kind of flatten up against the wall, and they're just.
Man, I sure do wish there was some sort of thievery skill what could deal with this problem.
You absolutely can do that. It is at a -2 for the quality of the locks, but yeah, thievery -2 if you want to try to pick your way in. You can also just bash it, but that's another option.
Man, what if I were to take a +2 and just make that a straight roll?
Sounds good. That sounds good.
I think I might do that.
Uh-oh.
Son of a... I'm going to re-roll that.
Okay.
And I'm just...
No.
You just get your little devices
See, the problem
out.
is you said I'd get myself up flat up against this window, but I am obese. I can't quite get up flat.
And
So I
you just,
see him struggling with the
that's
lock
fine.
on the.
Sure. Yeah. You can see he's still like he's up on the second level of this asylum. You see the guard paths underneath him, but fortunately they don't look up. Like they don't see him. So that's the fortunate aspect of it. But you can tell that he's still up there, and that's taking a long time for Cletus. Yeah. Do you want to do something, Amian?
Yeah, I'm gonna try and run out and help with that because I do have
Okay.
thievery.
All right. Give me a stealth test to just make it across.
Yep.
Oh boy.
I'm probably gonna Benny that.
Rolls are kind of cold, I think, right now.
Yeah, they
Dice are not friendly.
Yeah.
There you go.
Seven's,
7.
Seven's great. There you go. 7's good.
I'm happier with that.
Yeah, your talent kicks in. You make it across, no problem. And I'll
We
say
should all
because
know
Cletus-
we're in trouble because I got a raise earlier.
Yeah.
Cletus, you said you're going to drop a rope. So if that's the case, no worry about the climb check. You just scramble up, and the 2 of you, will say, are hanging on these vines. You got your arms kind of wrapped underneath as best you can. Amian, if you'd like to give it a try, go ahead.
All right.
It is -2, I should say, by the way, the quality. But if
Oh,
you do the same
-2.
thing, if you do the same thing that Cletus
Yeah.
did and just take the audience die, that's fine. So just mark down 2 more, Louisa.
Okay.
Okay.
Yep, I'll do that. So
All right.
4.
4 is enough. So that's a pass. You do as you climb up here, Cletus. You see him struggling a little bit with it. You see your little brother. He starts climbing up. He's right next to you, and pushes you off a little bit, kind of.
Amian, you are the future. Look at you.
You hear the
Got this.
you hear the lock, and you're able to push the window open carefully and quietly. The two of you hop in.
I think so.
Okay. All right. So the rest of you can see them. The window is open, and then they disappear into the window. There's still a rope. There's still vines. Is anybody else making a run for it now?
Oh, jet across there.
Okay. So Joe and Double D will go next. So both of you go ahead and roll stealth tests as you try to sneak across.
Louisa will sort of tap Double D and just say, like, I think I'm going to need you to boost me.
You got it.
Also, do I need to roll another stealth?
I think we're leaving Doggett to bring up the rear, I think.
I got it.
That's
You
always a
good.
good decision.
That's always a great decision. Yeah, for sure.
So yeah, I'll throw Lisa up there.
Okay.
Am I rolling stealth, or does my stealth come with him because he's carrying me?
So if he's I mean, like, I would probably just do like a penalty or something to it. How'd you do on your stealth test, Double D?
I hadn't rolled it yet. People were talking, so I was listening.
I'll say if you're carrying Louisa over your shoulder or something like that, take
Like
like a
mine too.
Yeah, it's fine.
All right. You were about to say -1, weren't you?
I was, but then you said it, and I was like, okay, that's fine.
All right. That's yeah. All right.
There are like 20 something audience.
I
posts you can
take
still grab.
2 of them, then.
Yep.
I won't Benny that.
Uh-oh.
Oh,
That's
man.
not good.
It was a 3. It wasn't that bad, but it was bad enough. It's 5.
Okay, yeah, you get across. That's fine. 5's good. The rope is there. You start climbing up next. Maybe you said you boost Louisa first. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So then you kind of climb up after her, and the two of you pop in. You guys, Cletus and Amian, you guys are both kind of huddled down in this like kind of dark kind of corner. You hear the sounds of like footsteps and clinking of gates and things like that, but you're kind of keeping quiet at first. Then Joe, I think, goes next.
I fail.
Uh-oh.
Fail my stealth roll.
You want a Benny?
I've got 1 Benny left, and I think I'm going to need to save that for soaking. So if I realize that I'm not doing so good, maybe I step on some branches, maybe I trip over something and start cursing and it's drawing attention. If I'm noticing that, I'll look up, I'll turn around, drop my drawers, give them a full moonshine, say, hey, you dumb sons of bitches, draw all the attention I can and jet off.
Okay. You do that. However, and I'll say, Doggett, you haven't crossed yet. So you see Joe as he's coming, and he like steps, his foot kind of gets caught, and we'll say it's like a sump hole or something, and his leg is kind of, and that's right when the patrol comes across with, we'll say, 3 of these devil dogs, and one of these pumpkin heads kind of comes around, and then he does the moon thing, and then he tries to run. But the dogs have teleportation. And so they immediately
Joe's got a shotgun ready for it.
and they are surrounded. Doggett, tell me what you're doing here in this situation, so I know how to set this up.
Poor Doggett.
Well,
You
shoot.
haven't been noticed yet. You're hiding behind the gate, like you haven't come through yet. You're good. I'm just like, you see all this happening to Joe.
Yeah, I think I'm probably gonna just have to maybe see if Joe can hold out for a turn and see if I can just blast them all with a big slumber template.
Okay. All right.
As
So
I assume the pumpkin head guys will get there.
oh yeah, he'll get there. They're just slower. They don't have that teleportations thing. So they're going to immediately 3 of them have now once again surrounded Joe. Joe, you can go ahead. We don't need to do a full initiative. What do you want to do?
Yeah, like I said, I know they teleport, and I didn't want everybody else to be discovered, so I'm being the sacrificial Joe here. I got my shotgun out, my what's it called, the seed sower, and I'm ready for them when they teleport in. I'm just gonna blow a big old hole wherever they
Okay.
are.
Yeah. Go
Keep
ahead. Roll
running.
attack.
All right, seed sower shotgun. Boom! Come on! Oh my gosh, the dice are just not
Dice are
there tonight.
Cold. Oh my goodness.
Oh no.
Yeah, so I anticipate in the wrong direction, and they teleport slightly to the left.
Oh no!
Okay.
Dang gummit!
So you fire, and we'll say you try. You said you're going to just try to fire and run.
Yeah, I was trying to make a hole and just
Yeah.
kind of lead them off. Like I know
Okay.
they teleport, but I'm trying to lead them away.
Sure. I will say that everyone who just climbed inside now hears a shotgun go off outside, and these dogs will go. I'm going to let them go, so they're going to get some bites off, and then we'll reconsider what's actually happening. So let's see. The dogs, they got a D8. 4 for the first attack. Well, technically 6, I guess you could say. That's an explosion. Okay. All right. Well, so some mixed rolls. First one, I think, it's actually a 6 if we take in the gang up.
Yep. Parry's only a 4.
Okay, so the first one's just a normal hit. So it's a strength plus D6 roll for their damage, which is going to be 8 points of damage on the first bite.
Toughness is 6.
Okay. The second one rolled a 14.
Ooh. Think
So
I'm gonna need soak.
Stun after the first. So you're shaken after the first. Okay, so this is the damage for the one that just got the raise. 9 points of damage on that one. Not a great roll. And then the third one missed. I rolled a 1 on the third one.
Mm-hmm.
So 9 on the second.
That just puts me at 1 wound then, right? Stunned in a wound.
What's your toughness?
My toughness is a 6.
Yeah, so just 1 wound. So you're shaken and you
I'm
have
not.
1
Yeah,
wound.
no, I'll take it.
Okay, so you're
Yeah,
gonna take it.
I don't want to waste my Benny yet. I only got
Okay.
1.
And so the pumpkin guy is just charging in on foot, and that's it. So like that's it. His turn is just sort of closing the distance. All of you up in the second floor, you now hear the sounds of shotguns. If you peek outside the window, you can see that Joe is once again surrounded by these devil dogs. There is one of these other pumpkin heads that are charging in as well. And he's got a shotgun out, but he goes to fire at one, and as he pulls the trigger, it just kind of blinks over top of it. Doggint, I'll give you an opportunity, and then we'll loop in everybody else. So Doggint, what do you want to do?
I'm gonna take 2 of our audience advantages.
Okay.
I'm gonna spend 3 extra power points to make it a large blast template.
Gotcha. You want to hit them all?
I'm gonna hit them all.
Okay, man.
I hope I get a raise.
Yeah, roll your distillery.
No,
That's a pass.
I'm gonna Benny it so I can try and get a raise.
I hear you. There you go with a 9. Okay.
Hey.
Because now with the raise, they get a -2 on their
Ooh.
spirit test.
Okay.
Oh, nice.
The dogs have a D8 in spirit. So first one, that's a 0. So one of them falls asleep. First one falls asleep. Second one, that's a 2, falls asleep. Third one, the third one with the -2 would roll an 8. As I rolled an 8, exploded, rolled a 2, so he's down to 8. So 2 of the devil dogs are asleep. One of them actually stays awake, and then the pumpkin head, they have a D10 spirit.
Ooh, ouch.
But I rolled a 2. So as he's charging in, this explosion happens, and as like the whatever kind of mist erupts from your grenade toss here, you can see like 2 of them are like they're kind of like trying to bite at Joe, but they get really drowsy and fall over. And the guy with the pitchfork, he's charging in, and because it's a large template, you get him, and he just and he kind of trips. Pitchfork kind of goes into the earth, and then he kind of like stumbles over top of it and falls to the ground. So there is only one devil dog actually awake at this point.
Nice.
Unfortunately, Joe also needs to give the same test.
With a -2. Yeah. So Bert, go ahead and roll a spirit test, -2 on your spirit roll. Though we do have
we got
boosts
any
for the others.
we got any points left in the
Yeah, we
Yeah.
do. We had a ridiculous amount of them because we have a very generous audience.
I'll take
Yep.
6.
Okay, you're good.
Pass.
You just needed a 4. That's a pass. So you are still awake. You're toe to toe with one dog. You look around you as the mist settles. Two of the other dogs are now. And the pumpkin head has like fallen over, like ass over tea kettle, and tripped on his own pitchfork and is also on the ground. So only one left to deal with. Those of you up in the second floor, you see all that happen. So you just see a few of them fall down. You see the explosion, doggins on it. Does anyone want to do anything? Do you want to?
they got it right.
Looks like it. Only one.
Let's fucking find these people and get out of here.
I think we're staying inside.
Okay. Okay.
I guess that's what people say. I ain't feel good about it.
So you guys are going to start sneaking in. Okay. Let's just resolve the.
Tell me
we
one
hear-
time somebody from the dog family didn't get things done.
Almost every time.
I get 3.
If we hear more than 2 shotgun blasts, we'll know there's trouble. So
Okay. All right. So Joe, we'll toss it back to you then. One dog's in your face.
Okay, I am shaken though. So I need
so
to recover
roll-
from that.
Yeah, roll spirit. You get an automatic spirit roll to try to recover from it. If you fail, you can burn your Benny to automatically recover.
Really.
uh,
Screw
It's
it.
been
I'm
a-
gonna burn my Benny.
Okay.
Automatic recover, and then in shotgun blast, close
You're
quarters.
dead. Okay.
Come on, dice.
Oh, no.
Gosh.
So rough. So rough. Okay. You fire
He
again.
blinks again. Yeah.
Yeah, he just. And they're just kind of. Every time you go to pull the trigger, it's maybe like they know the weapons or something like that, and they just. And suddenly he's behind you. Okay. It will then bite you. So. Let's see. It's a D8 fight. That's a 5.
That gets me.
All right. So then, damage-wise, 7 points of damage.
So shaken.
Okay. So doesn't make a wound, but you're back to shaking again. Okay.
Yep.
Dog Ant, we'll turn to you. I would say you probably came through the fence a little ways to get the throw off. You don't see any immediate like convergence. You don't see any others coming. But I will give you just this for free. You look over towards the gate, and you can see that the attendant, who isn't a pumpkinhead, it's just a guy who's over by the gate, is kind of looking up, and you hear like, on the wind, his voice kind of shouting out. You can't quite make it out, but he goes and he brings something up to his mouth, and it's and you hear the sound of some kind of horn going off. Tracy, some of them are inside. A few of them got caught by some devil dogs on their way in. Yep. So you hear this horn go off. Those of you at the inside, you can hear it too. It's very loud. And not only that, but you hear like the sounds of like the squeaking of and then the clicking of feet on the ground. As I'm going to say that you guys you found like some sort of storage room up here that you're kind of hunkered down in as you're sneaking through. And you can hear the sounds of like activity elsewhere on the second floor. As you peek, we'll say like you guys kind of peek out from where you managed to drop in, and you can tell that there's kind of like this really long hall, and you can see that there's patients, some of which are just roaming freely, but you can tell they're just like, others are like, and then others are in cages, and they're like, and then you do see that there's a handful of folks that you think are orderly. Some of them are like kind of starting to jog a bit, and kind of, it doesn't look like the patients are kind of doing anything to disrupt them. Like they're not stopping. The ones in cages, when the orderlies run past, they like snap at them like they're dogs, but they do the same thing to like some of those other wandering patients. But you do see some of the orderlies are kind of running. When you peek, you see they're running down to what looks like some stairs. where you guys are on, we'll just say, just for sake of remembering this, you're on the east side of the building. They're running to the west side where these stairs are. On the east side of this long corridor, you do see that there's like, there's doesn't look to be like private rooms or anything like that. It's just like this long corridor and occasional like rooms off on the side where like some of those cages are set up with people inside. Okay, so do you all want to do anything with that now? With that knowledge, you hear the gunshot go off again. You hear the sound of a horn go off from outside.
I mean, we know that one fella, on account of like we maybe murdered some people in his bar when this whole thing began.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe we look amidst the wandering ones, cross our fingers, and hope he's one of them.
Okay. So so Cletus, you're wandering out and you're just looking. You're looking. Okay. Anybody else doing something similar?
I mean, all of them are like kind of making sounds and stuff.
Yeah,
right? So
yeah. They seem like almost catatonic in some cases. Others delusional. Like you can see they're up against the wall and they're like tracking the striations like of the stains
do any of
the
them
water.
Appear to be like staff? Are they like? Do you see anyone that's like dressed
I said,
differently?
You just saw a group of like orderlies running towards the stairs.
Okay.
So running away from where you guys are hitting.
Okay. I'm going to start just calling out the guy's name, but like kind of quietly at a volume that I think they won't hear.
Okay. You see a couple of the roaming patients kind of like, and they start wandering towards you with like this kind of stained kind of patient gowns, and they're just like, and they like look into where those of you are still hiding, and they're like, bit of drool comes down the side of their mouth.
Yeah, I mean,
Are there Louisa wants to look at the doors and see if there's anything written. So like do they have any kind of names on doors, or is this just number doors and there's no real
if you're looking for like patient names, no, there's nothing like that here.
Okay. Just wanted to make sure. Louisa will kind of do the same thing. She wants to see if, like, now that we're inside, she wants to see if there happens to be a room open that has some sort of like a house coat or something kind of a thing that she can kind of like.
You don't really like, it's a pretty nasty floor. As you start moving around, there's like rats and roaches, both alive and dead, all over the place. The stench is utterly overwhelming to the point where actually everybody up here does need to roll a fear test for nausea. As you start moving through, you see just like feces on the ground. They're living in total squalor. Like as you move past a cage, one of them like lunges out at you like they're trying to hurt you. They don't. They're in a cage, but it's nasty. You don't see anything that resembles like a professional station for like nurses or anything like that. Okay. So that is likely somewhere else, you would imagine, where there's cleaner quarters.
7.
I've got a lot of mud in my nose right now, so I'm good.
Okay, you're good. 5's fine. Louisa, Amian, you okay?
7.
Yeah.
All right.
14.
Okay. Oh yeah, you guys are all fine. Yeah, that's great. Okay.
So then we're just gonna shamble about and look at faces, I think.
Okay.
There's a big old group of Orleys ran by, right?
They were running away from you down this long corridor towards. As you peek down it, there's a stairwell on the other side.
I bet they know.
Very loud horn just went off.
I bet they know. I'm gonna chase them down.
Okay, so you're gonna start running. What's your pace?
Yep. Huh? My pace?
What's your pace?
6.
Do we know how many orderlies there were? Do we see?
You
less.
saw 4 of them. 6. That is not enough to catch up, unfortunately, as your pace is not. You can start running and like close the distance, but you won't be able to fully catch up with them on this.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that.
Okay, so like so we'll say like if we were on a map, you'd like roll your die and everything like at it, but like you're closing down. Okay, are you making noise to try like are you intentionally calling out them? Okay, you want.
No, I'm not.
Okay,
I'm not calling their attention. I want to try and I'm trying to get to him at the stairs. I'm going to leave up the stairs and crush him.
Okay, fair enough. Okay. All right. And then, so Cletus, Louisa, Amy, and you're looking for the guy or calling his name out, and Double D, you're chasing after the road release. Let's kick back outside then. So we've got Joe in a battle of wits with this devil dog. The other ones are asleep. And we've got Doggins, who is kind of on the grounds as well, but just saw like the attendant at the gate blow some kind of horn. Doggins, you look over and you can see that kind of that portcullis. You can hear sounds coming from it. The main gate into the asylum. So I'll say Doggins, Joe, whatever order. What do you guys want to do? You're muted there.
Muted.
I'm just gonna blast again.
Okay, yeah, go right
I
ahead.
got nothing else I can do.
Sounds good.
Take one of those
once these
pluses.
things get on you, it's
Actually,
next
wait.
to impossible to get away.
I've already shot twice, so I drop this shotgun,
Gotcha.
pull out Mama's pistol, and use
Mama's
that.
pistol. Okay.
I've got so many guns.
Yeah.
All right. Come on. Actually, we got some points left. I've been
Yeah, we
rolling
do.
horribly.
We do.
I'm gonna use two. Use two.
Okay.
Oh,
Hey.
Baby. Yeah, that's good.
Finally.
Right there. That is obviously a raise, even in close proximity would be their parry. It's still good enough for a raise. So roll your damage with raise. Oh, and another. Oh my gosh.
Oh.
Describe
Nice.
how you kill this one with Mama's pistol.
He brings up Mama's pistol, and just because he had a premonition, particular bullet laid put in Mama's pistol says "dumb dog" on it. He pulls the trigger. It just goes right down center line of the dog.
Yeah. So maybe it's like you go to aim at it and then it blinks, but like you anticipate the blink and then and you just see the head just kind of cave in, explode out kind of the back as the neck kind of reaches up above the haunches and it falls to the ground. All right, so Doggett, you see Joe's taking care of this last devil dog, but attention has been drawn. What's next for the two of you?
Well, I'm going to draw. I'm going to keep yelling and just like run into the trees. You know, just kind of.
You're running.
I'm trying to draw them off.
Okay,
Yeah.
so you're gonna start running away. Gotcha.
Mhm.
All right,
Loudly.
Doggett.
Now, if I tried to like hide again, or to probably gonna be letting Joe get out there on his own, would I be able to kind of stay hidden and see what's coming?
The only one that's alive right now or awake that saw you is whoever that human attendant is at the gate through the fence. They kind of saw you because you had to kind of get a little closer to be able to reach them with your throw. So they're probably the only one who sees it. They haven't closed in on you though. They just blew the horn and now they're just kind of staring and watching. So it's kind of up to you. If you want to try to run back out and hide, you certainly could try. There aren't currently right this second any pumpkin heads or devil dogs in vision. You have dispatched or made asleep probably most of them that were patrolling. There might be one or two more somewhere, but you would know that you're not going to see like a bunch of them are not going to pop up out of nowhere. At most, it'll be one or two. So it's kind of up to you then.
Just trying to think, because I don't think there's going to be much benefit in hiding if they can teleport to me. Running. I'm almost tempted to just go towards the gate and see if I can kill that guy over there.
Okay. Do you want to charge over?
Sure, why not?
Okay. So you charge over to the gate. You can see, as you do, it's kind of an older gentleman that's there. He's kind of got some grimy skin. Looks like a beard of some kind. When you move on over to him, like he kind of gives you this look, like this quizzical look. And when he speaks in this kind of highfalutin language. As you come up to him, and you can see his like hands are up, kind of, and he's like, "Hell is empty, and all the devils are here. Are you a devil?" And he kind of leans forward, one of his eyes kind of crunching, and he's kind of looking down at you. He's like,
I don't know about no devils, but can you call them off?
Has the wind turned your wits to madness?
No.
And he just kind of continues to like ask you these like a series of strange kind of questions, and his language just seems completely out of whack. Is it not yet? Not yet? You get the sense this guy's not kind of playing with a full deck, so to speak. But he's also not aggressive. He's not attacking you. He's not doing anything. He called.
I don't really want to kill him then. I mean,
what would you like to do then?
I don't know. See if I can tell him to don't do it. Blow the horn again or something. I don't know. Make him go away. Again?
I'll tell you what. Make a persuade test. Yeah, do some. Yeah, you can make some kind of persuade test or intimidate if you wanted to do something to threaten him or whatever. That's fine.
I don't got intimidate. So.
Okay. Just picturing Doggin just like talking nonsense back to him.
It's a 4.
Yes. So okay.
Blow the everything is fine horn.
Blow the everything is fine horn. Okay. So you want him to blow it again. Okay.
I don't know.
Yeah. Yes. Kind of looks to you and kind of continues his blow the horn again. The wind will turn again directly. And, you hear the hissing from the ground? Do you?
I don't know.
It comes from the sky as well. He kind of starts looking up, and you just got clouds overhead. But he does not. He's like, blow it again? Blow it again. And then he just shouts out, sweepers!
What does that mean?
Sweepers! And we'll cut inside as this guy is, he's kind of shouting. So all of you hear the horn again. But those of you up on the second floor who are searching for a familiar face, you don't see Harlow. You guys know what he looks like. Kind of like a sort of reddish beard, reddish hair. But you don't see him as you pass through. Who's up here? Everyone but Doggett and Joe. Okay. I would say that you guys do recognize one face, and only one face, inside the cage. And one of these cages kind of thrashing around. You recognize one of the faces that Joe was hanging out with at the Fiddlers Convention. One of the boys from County Hell. You might not know his name. Joe might know his name, but you guys didn't spend a ton of time with them. But you recognize the face. Doesn't seem like he recognizes yours as he's just and just like foam coming out of his mouth.
Yeah, I don't know how to deal with that.
I don't know what to do about that.
Okay.
Louisa wants to see if she can. I mean, she exercised somebody last time, so she's all thinking that she can do some things with her powers now. So she wants to see if she can do like relief or healing or something to see what she can kind of reach her hand in to this kind of cage and lay on some hands and see. It's probably a horrible decision, but she's going to give it a go.
So Louisa reaches her hand inside the cage of the rabid, crazy man. Okay. He tries to bite at you. Like your hand comes in and he snaps at you. He doesn't get you, but he as you try to kind of reach it in.
All right, I got an idea. As he goes to bite at her, I'm just going to grab the scalp. Just grab the hair and use that gouging talent, do called shot to the scalp of the hair. Just keep his hair pulled up against the edge of the cage.
Okay. Yeah. We'll say it. We'll just say that happens. You just kind of reach in as Louisa's, and you just hold him back, and she kind of puts in and you cast relief. Go ahead and roll that. Double D. While she's doing that, we'll say you're running down the hall. You're trying to catch up with these orderlies. You do see the orderlies are at the end. They're like, it's like there's the stairwells themselves have like the door that they have to contend with. So there is like a pause for them to sort of pull keys out, kind of do that. Roll an athletics test, we'll say. Let's see if you can kind of leap into them.
Yeah. I'm gonna do it. I ran into him. 6.
Okay, 6 is good enough. As you see as they've gone down a couple steps, like it's like a little bit of a descent, and then they're at the door to kind of continue to go down, and you just leap and tumble and drop on top of them, and they all kind of go top. They kind of thrown around to the side. Go ahead, roll an attack on one of them if you like.
Yeah.
I'll say parry. I'll just get it so it goes faster. Parry of 6.
All right.
But there are 4 of them, and
That's not a problem.
they are orderlies. And Amian, while Louisa and Cletus were doing the thing with the caged guy, and Double D is chasing and trying to take on these orderlies, what are you doing?
I'm gonna be still kind of like running around, calling out the guy's name. Anytime someone like seems to like kind of take notice of me, I'm gonna stop and try and like move past them to not get stopped by them.
Okay.
But I'm just trying to cover as much ground as I can, yelling the guy's
Okay.
name as much as I can, looking for
Yeah,
him.
you keep yelling the name, and I would say by the time you kind of close in on where maybe Double D is at the far end of the corridor, like between calling out his name, peeking in these rancid, hideous, terrible rooms with dead rats and feces on the ground, you look at the faces covered in grime, some of them covered in mud, some of them clear signs of maybe self-harm or like stitching here and there, like they've suffered some kind of surgery. You don't see him here. You don't see Harley Rice. And I'm going to presume that you all are also calling out Stormy Pickin's name as well, maybe. I think you guys would probably be doing that as well.
Yeah.
Also not getting a response either. There is a set of stairs that Double D just jumped on these orderly guys that goes down, but there is also a set of stairs that goes up to the 3rd floor as well. So
I'm gonna run straight up those stairs.
Okay, give me a thievery test to try to like kind of get through that door. Double D, how did you do on your attack?
Oh, did.
12 to hit.
Is that raise?
7. Okay.
I didn't roll raise. I didn't do math.
12 to hit is good for a raise. So do you want to roll your extra d6?
8 damage.
Okay, so total of 8.
Oh wait.
Okay. All right. That will shake them. But that's not going to actually wound them. Do you have a second attack?
You know, since you asked nightly, I'm gonna go in.
Man. That's how Double D works.
Nicely.
It's in the name.
That's true of it, yeah. 7 to hit. That's just it.
Did you just say 78? What the hell?
7 to hit.
Rolling those percentiles again.
I learned wrong.
Wrong Monday. 7 to hit is good. Yeah, not a raise. But
9
good.
damage.
9 damage. Same thing. Enough to shake, not enough to wound. So you've shaken 2 of them. Okay, so let me account for them punching you back. I'll say a couple of them are going to punch you back, and it's possible 1 or 2 of them might use a shocker stick.
Bring it.
So
8 tetanus.
let me do a vigor for the ones that you, a spirit for the ones that you shook. That's good. That's a 6. Second one failed. Okay, so one of them doesn't unshake, but the other one does. Okay, so I'm gonna say 2 of them are gonna punch you. One of them is going to hit you with a shocker stick.
Right.
So the punching first. Let's see. So just a 4, so that's probably no good.
Nah.
5 with the other one.
Nah.
Okay, so they're just kind of ineffectually pounding on you. Then one of them will attack with the shocker stick. Okay, so also a D on this. 6. I'm like going up incrementally.
Tetanus is 8.
As you're holding off these. Oh, you know what? Gang up bonus. So it would have been 5, 6, and now 7. No, wait. No,
Still.
5. No, 8. This would be 8.
My toughness is 8, so I had one to hit.
Parry is what we're looking for.
Oh, parry is still 8.
Okay, so parry will hit. Okay, so the shocker stick one will hit with an 8. All right. So
I take it.
roll a vigor test or be stunned, and then I'll roll damage for you. Oh, bye.
7 on vigor. 7.
Okay, 13 points of damage.
All right.
As you feel a sudden electrical surge go
That's
through.
shaking and wound.
Okay. So let's go back then to the cage. Louisa, how'd you do on your relief?
18.
So he's like, and he just kind of like starts to keel out. He's not snapping anymore, but he now looks more like one of the ones that are kind of wandering around in that kind of catatonic state. He just sort of looks up at you. Doesn't really, you're not sure if he has any recognition in his face, but he's not snapping anymore, at least.
Louisa will turn to Cletus. Should we take him with? I mean, we certainly recognized him.
I mean, okay. I guess.
Okay, so you got him. And Cletus, you hear from the end of the hall the sounds of Double D getting electrocuted. Probably sounds you have heard several times in your lifetime.
I mean, we don't have to take him if you think it's a bad idea. I'm just saying.
And Amy,
I don't know. Maybe we prop him up here. We go sneak around.
Okay,
Amian?
I like that. I like that.
you look for
I got
Amian.
a 22 on my test.
Pop the hinges off, like the door just falls and slides down. It's well open, no problem. And you rush up to the third floor. No problem. Let's cut outside. Doggint and Joe. Joe, you're running off. You're chasing. You're shouting. Let's see. You hear the sounds of the portcullis.
I expect I didn't see the guy at the gate, so
Yeah, it's fine. That's fine. Let's see. Okay, so you see running out as you look over your shoulder. You're maybe like as you're at the fence. You're slipping through. You're looking back as you do so, and you can see that there's like looks like at least 5 maybe of these guys that are dressed up in the equivalents of like orderly, kind of stuff. They're running after you. Some of them have like sticks. Some of them don't, and they're calling out like, "Where's that damn guard? Why do we?" And they're kind of shouting out, and then they look and they see that there are now dogs and a pumpkin head asleep on the ground near them. But a few of them start chasing after you. Fortunately, no dogs, so none of them are blinking. So you do manage to keep pace ahead of them.
I'll take shots, but not intending to actually hit them or like to keep them on me, right?
Just
make it seem like I'm
Yeah,
I'm
as long as you're
dangerous.
not trying to actually, if you don't want to roll, if you just want to just do that to keep them interested, yeah, that's fine. We're not going to roll for that. Doggint, the guy rolled again. He seems just his something's off about him. He rolls, he blows the horn, but then he's also shouting for sweepers, but none are coming. He looks perplexed and confused. He starts spouting strange, like possible poetry. You're not really sure what's going on as he's looking at you as if you might have answers. What would you like to do? He's also not aggressive, at least, towards you. You are muted, sir.
I might just try and knock him out.
Okay, yeah. Go right ahead.
I do have the attitude adjuster, so.
All right, so go ahead and roll your fighting. I'll just let you know to make this go fast. He has a parry of 8.
Oh my.
Yeah, he's a big dude.
I might take two of those audience bonuses if that's all right.
Go for it, man. That's why they're there.
This may be a mistake. I already said I was going to do it, so.
You did it. Yeah, man. Yeah. 6 would be a miss, actually. Do you want to Benny that?
We'll see what happens. Oh, that's worse.
Okay. So as you with your attitude gesture, you just swing it, and he just, like he has done this before, like he is a fighter. You've seen Cletus, like with his in Double D, both of them, like their brawling abilities, like their dueling gouger abilities, like they're so great in the melee at just blocking, punching. He's staring at you. He's spouting gothic poetry. His face doesn't really change, but his left arm comes up, kind of catches your wrist in his left hand, and then he pulls like his right wrist out of his pocket and just right in your face. And as it's coming, you notice that there are what look to be something on them, like brass knuckles. as he's going to punch you at this point. So this guy, is he a wild card? No, he's not. Okay. So there's
Get my ass kicked here.
D10. Nice. 7.
Damn. I've got
Okay.
toughness of 6.
All right. So strength plus D4 for brass knuckles. Oh my. 7 points of damage.
Toughness of 6, so that's not horrible.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, you get shaken. And so you just like right between the eyes, you just feel like your head just kind of shake a bit, and the world begins to spin. And he says, "Why dost thou hit me? The world spins and moves so fast. Why was me so violent? Dance with
Freaking me out,
my
man.
friend. Dance." Okay. So we'll go back inside. Amian's running up to the 3rd floor. Cletus, you've got this boy from County Hell on your back. Louisa, you're with Cletus. Are the two of you going to help Double D? Are you following Amian up? Doing something else?
I'm going with Amian, still trying to find folks.
Okay. Louisa goes up. Cletus, what do you want to do?
I might go. I mean, Double D can handle his, but they are ganging up on him.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so probably gently set the county guy down on the ground, and then you get on in there. Okay, all right. I'll let the Cletus boys go first. So Double D, Cletus. There's 4 of these guys. What do y'all want to do?
I mean, first thing first, I got a vigor shake, unshake.
Okay, go ahead and roll that spirit.
Oh, I roll vigor, but it's the same dice as spirit. Yeah, all right.
That's
I unshook.
Okay, you are unshaken. Take your turn. There's 4 of these guys. One of them has a shocker stick, and the other 3 are just throwing punches right now.
Oh, I'm gonna punch the shocker stick guy twice.
Okay,
Bat.
go right ahead. All right, that'll hit with 9. Roll your damage.
5.
You want to Benny that?
I got another hand.
Okay. So yeah, go ahead and roll the other hand. That doesn't actually pierce their toughness. 8 will hit as well. Go ahead and roll your damage. Okay, now we're talking. Okay, so that'll be that. Describe how you take them out. Actually, that's enough. Yeah.
All right. I punch him real hard in one arm, right in the elbow.
Okay.
I grab that shocker stick. I beat him upside the head with the end of it. Just bam, and throw it at him
So
while he's on the ground.
You just whack him over the head with the shocker stick. He collapses.
The wrong end.
Thump, thump, thump. Down the stairs a bit. Kind of slumps against the door. Okay, so Cletus, one of them looks to be a little woozy. He's kind of steadying himself against the wall. That's the one who shook and didn't unshake. The other one is fallen down. There's 2 more that are up, and they're getting ready to punch your brother. What would you like to do?
Well, I suppose first question is they aware of me?
Well, that's a good question. Let's see. No, 3-1 on notice tests. No, we'll say both of them are unaware that you are. They've got their full attention on Double D currently.
What I would love to do is they're kind of partway down the stairs. I want to kind of just go vaulting up over and just do a leg drop down on the back of their head.
Okay, man, go for it. You get the drop.
I love it. Go get myself +4 on that. How's 13 do on the attack?
That'll do, man. Yeah, that'll do. With raise damage wise.
Perfect. So that'll give me
+4 on your damage.
+4 for the drop, +4 for hitting him in the head, and then raise as well.
Describe how you take this guy out. Yeah, this guy.
I do exactly what I said. I go vaulting over the side of the stairs, come down, and I do all of my frame. My one good butt cheek comes down on back of his head. And it's kind of like a curb stomp, except it's more of a butt stomp into the steps and just crunches his head.
Oh dear. Okay. So the other two, let's see if he unshakes. I still don't unshake with a 3. Well, the other one, there are 2 that are down. 2 that are down, 1 that is shaken. So only one of them is actually getting to attack. He will turn and he will continue to punch double D. 5 is no good. He no longer gets his gang up bonus. So 5 is no good, correct? On double D. Okay, so yeah, he punches away ineffectually. We'll move upstairs then, as you guys have tide has swung. You guys look like you're probably going to win that one. Okay, let's go up to the 3rd floor. You kind of so Amian, Louisa, you come up here. You can tell that this is unlike the 2nd floor. This does seem to be like a locked ward, as you do see that there are a series of cells or locked rooms with heavy duty doors here and there. What do you two do as you come up? You also see at the far end there does appear to be like another, like you can see the door is sort of open. There might be like a lantern light or something, maybe some kind of treatment room or something at the end. But what do the two of you do?
Do we see any ordnance like people? Like, do we see any staff up here?
No, you don't see anybody. Yeah, you don't see anybody up here currently.
There are windows in the locked doors?
On the what doors?
The locked doors. Are there windows in the locked doors that we can look through?
Yeah, we'll say there's the classic like cutout door.
I'll be like, okay. I'll take the left side, you take the right. Like,
sounds good.
Run.
Okay. So what are you doing as you're going there? You're looking for Harley?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, both of them.
Okay. So you're looking for Harley, you're shouting out names, and at a certain point, probably midway down, you hear a huh? Yeah, I'm Stormy. Well, I don't know why I just did a British accent. I'm Stormy. What you want? And you see like a little finger come out one of the doors in the end of the hallway. What you want?
We're here for you.
Yeah, for me? You ain't ever gonna make me a dead man, you fool.
No, we're here to save you.
No, we're here in a good way. We're here to save you. We're not one of them. And then I'm gonna like pull myself up on the door.
Hey. Okay. So it's a jailbreak?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's why you've been hearing the horns.
And you see, I thought I heard something. And he kind of goes back and you see him kind of move like this stone on the wall and he pulls something out. All right, kid, back up. And he comes up to the door. I've been waiting for just the right time for this. And he kind of sets it right by the door. This is going to hurt if you get hit by it. So stand back.
And
so
back away.
Louisa just sort of being the older kind of like woman that she is, she's just going to try to kind of step in front of Amian, despite the fact that he's probably like
okay. Than her. You hear an explosion moments later, and the door just rips off the hinges and just smashes up against the other side. And you can see, like, you can hear the sounds of like for those of you one level below, you can hear it kind of cascading down. There's an explosion just rang, and maybe you see little bits of like dirt kind of fall down on top of your heads from above. And then those of you on the 3rd floor, you see a couple steps. He comes out. Miscalculated that one. That was a little bit more than I wanted. Anyhow, so
we're certainly lucky you came prepared for this. We were I
was going to pick the lock, but that was a lot cooler.
Destruction's more poetic. Anyway,
any chance you know of that?
I'm talking. Gosh darn it! Have you been down to the bowels? Have you been down to the basement yet?
No. We climbed in on the 2nd floor.
Climbs on the 2nd. And he just seems kind of apoplectic. You don't know what's going on in this place, do you? You have no idea.
We just see people wandering around. We see people in cages. We see people in locked rooms like you.
And he just looks up. He gets real close in your face. Necromancy. It's unadulterated necromancy. It's all down in the basement. Dr. Galton, they pull us down. They stick stuff in their heads. They cut our skulls and pull our skin back and shove something in, and then we go, la, la, la. They ain't taking me. They ain't making me a dead man. Yeah, there's people down there right now. There's folks, he's doing something to them right now.
Well,
do they kind of glow behind their eyes after that happens?
Yeah, we don't really see them much once they're done, but yeah, something like that. I had the stories. They want their workforce. There's this place not far, just to the east of here, the recycling factory. That's what they're doing all the work. They want their workers, and they're just feeding the factory over and over again. We gotta stop them. Yeah.
Yeah. We gotta.
Let's do it.
Got a couple more of our folks that we should probably grab before.
Why aren't you more excited? Why aren't you more angry?
He's
just gotta get in your face. The guy's a little unstable.
Yeah.
Okay.
And Louis Silva just sort of look to Amy and be like, best find your big bros.
Yep.
Okay.
And
let's regroup.
Turn back to any chance you heard anybody by the name of Stormy?
I'm Stormy. What is wrong with this
All right,
one?
I thought you were Harley.
Kid, your mother is out of the mind. She doesn't know anything.
She's not my mother. But then yeah, do you know where Harley's at?
Harley? Which one's Harley? Huh?
Which
one's Harley? Answer the question. Come on.
Kind of describe his appearance to him.
You see, he gets like this grave look. Oh, well, they took him down this morning and he's in the basement. Oh, he's probably one of them now. Hope you weren't close.
Well, all right. Let's get going.
We weren't in particular, but people that wanted us to come here were. So let's go.
Well, go.
We
Come
don't
on.
have
Let's
long-
go.
We're going.
Run.
We're
Let's
going.
go. Lift your feet. And he starts running. The two of you, or three of you, I should say, come down from the third floor, and you see Double D, Cletus, you guys were going to win that fight. What do they see as they come down, as you guys have now completed your fight with these orderlies? What does it look like?
We got one of them. Dangle him over the red stairs and drop him. Where the hell's Harley? Where the hell's the other guy?
I'm the other guy. Who are you?
Wait,
Man, you tell him what's going on, or I'm gonna grab your sack. I'm gonna pluck them plums.
He gonna do it?
We're
Pluck my plums? What are you talking about?
we're going down to the basement. This is one of them,
Wait.
and the other one's down in the basement.
Oh,
He
hell.
stairs down and he go to the basement. Yeah, that's
The
about what I was going to do.
is
Just
down. Yes.
We just let him go.
let's go.
Okay. Meanwhile, out front, Joe, you are running. You're getting nearer and nearer the river. You see this fog starting to roll in. It's got this foul smell to it. You know this is not the good kind of fog. You've got the orderlies that are chasing you. You keep periodically going back, firing, and you've lured them clear away for sure. Is there anything else you want to do other than just lure them?
So if the fog's rolling in and there's a better chance for me to kind of hide, let them get past me and for me to circle back, I want to try that.
Okay. So
Of course, the roll's not going to allow for it, but that's what I want to try.
go ahead. Yeah, go ahead and roll a stealth. But because of the fog, I'll say you can take like a +2 to this because there's fog. So I'm going to be nice to you there. And then
Yes, you are, because the dice aren't.
because the next thing I'm going to say is not as nice. How'd you do? Sorry, I was looking something.
6.
Hog's got a gun.
The fog opened fires. You just hear bullets.
So anyway, the fog started blasting.
Well, that's a good line. Okay, so you crunch, you kind of crouch down behind these rocks on the banks of Big Sandy. They rolled crap for their notice test. You hear their footsteps roll by, but as the fog rolls over, your hands kind of start to shake a little bit. Go ahead and roll a spirit test.
We got any of them player?
We're working through them.
I'll just do one.
It's a blight fog.
I'll do 1. 5.
Okay, kind of cover up your mouth, close your eyes. You feel like your skin kind of burning, your eyes water, and it's getting in your ears. Your ears are feeling like they're burning. And you like kind of stifle the coughs as best you can to not alert the guards. You hear them actually kind of coughing down a ways, but eventually you like they're nowhere near you, and the fog will say rolls a little bit further off, and you're out from underneath this blight fog. And you don't see the orderlies anymore. You're right by the river. You hear the rush of Big Sandy going past, and you've managed to elude them.
Yep. So I'm going to double back.
And you start doubling back. Okay, Doggins, you just got punched in the face by a guy who's spouting poetry. Birds are tweeting around up here. What would you like to do?
Well, I gotta see if I can get unshaken first. So
Yeah, go ahead. Roll that spirit test.
Yeah, it's a no.
Do you have a Benny?
nope.
Okay, you are still shaken. He will punch you in the face again with his knuckles.
Yeah, I was just gonna try and run away from him if I got a chance.
You just yeah. He will spout some wonderful Gothic poetry, something about irony, and then he will take another swing at you.
I should have used one of those audience boosts there.
6?
I got toughness 6, so
What's your parry?
6 also.
Okay, so it'll hit, and then what was it? I think it's strength plus D4. Well, that actually won't hit. That's 2 2s on the dice, so that's a 4. So he hits you again, but it doesn't hurt as bad this time. But yeah, he's just kind of punching, and he spouts a line of poetry. Punching, spouts a line of poetry. Those of you inside the asylum, as you're running down the stairs to the first level, you can definitely see that this is a cleaner level. Also, it looks like there's offices and stuff that are in various storage rooms for medications and things. You hear the sounds of of like outside. You can hear like the sounds of like the wind and stuff kind of going, and you see that the gate is open, that portcullis is up. What do you guys want to do? Do you want to look around here? Do you want to run downstairs? What do you want to do?
I think we got to go down. Down's where we got to go.
Man,
Yeah.
the way this guy talks sounds like they're doing stuff right now.
Yeah, it sounds like we are on a mission.
You ever had your head drilled in? He leans right up into Cletus' face.
Come real close, you know. There's this
Really?
one lady I got married to. Her brother tried to put a drill in my head. I had to kill him. And that was a real shame because then she shot me. It was a whole thing.
Boy, you just ain't quite right, are you?
Maybe. I don't know.
Puts a hand on your shoulder. It's okay. It's okay. It's not your fault. It's not your fault, man.
That's right. It ain't my fault.
Okay.
I'm good people.
So, you guys go downstairs?
Yes, we do.
Okay. You start going downstairs. Listen to my voice. You start going downstairs, and as you do, you see like this laboratory expand out. You see all these different slabs. There's kind of people on top of them. Some of them have what looks like sheets kind of pulled up to their chins. Others look like they might be strapped down. A couple people in here as well that seem to be moving about. Some of them are kind of you see like in the far corner. There's like a man that you can hear the sound of a drill, and he's got this drill in his hand. You see he's got like an orderly or two next to him. You can see all these other folks with these weird contraptions and stuff kind of around this like secondary one. But the man, as like the drill is humming, when you look at him, you can see he's got this golden mask that just seems to cover his entire head. And it's got the nose is kind of curved like a beak. And you see these hydraulic tubes crisscrossing the ceiling. And like the shelves are lined on 3 walls with all these like really thick tomes and beakers, these colored tonics, these rolling glasses. There's all these like sharp instruments and these crooked tools that are hanging on the walls behind him. And you can see like he's working on this operating table. And you see before him there's a patient. This glass tank on the table holds this strange substance. It's part liquid, it's part gas. But it's mostly like this like dark silty gray, but it's kind of streaked with like red and green rivulets. and a tube is running from the tank, and it seems to be going into this patient's body. The patient appears completely unconscious, and the guy with the golden mask, he's got the drill, and he's getting ready to drill into the patient's brain. And it takes you guys a second, because at first you don't. It's just there's a bald-headed man, and you realize you recognize the kind of like the bushy beard, the reddish beard of Harley Rice. And it took you half a second because his colorful locks have been shaved off, and you see the drill getting closer and closer. And we'll stop there. We'll pick up next time as we are over.
Oh
Man, I was about to say you started describing that stuff crisscross, and I was about to jump.
It's not your fault. It's not your fault, kid. It's not your fault.
We're cliffhangering on a drill about to go into a head. Doggins not doing particularly well, and Joe on the run.
Don't screw with poets, man. They hurt. They hurt.
True.
Demurley's a poet. He knows. They're going to be the end boss, man. Look out. Look out. End boss.
Could be. I mean, the way I'm fighting him, he's the end boss of me.
I've still got 2 sleepy fish in my pocket.
Right in the face.
Ooh.
Okay. All right. So yeah, we're at the end. We'll pick that up next time in 2 weeks. We'll kind of continue for there. Why don't we go ahead and do a closing round table, see what everyone's got going on this week. So Chuck, what's going on with DOK?
Oh, that's me. On Wednesday, and what was it? Defenders of Cobalt. Yeah, that's what it's called. We're playing some Alien, All Fear the Ishtar, Space Pirates. It's a lot of fun. You should check it out. On Friday, also on Defenders, Joe down there, he's running some Heart for us. It's a lot of fun. Saturday at 1 p.m. over on Grim and Perilous Plays. A handful of us here playing some Tales from the Loop. And what else? Starting tomorrow, every Tuesday and Thursday on our YouTube. We've got a new short format of a Pathfinder 2 campaign coming out. So check us out on YouTube and enjoy 20-minute bursts of Steven and I playing Goblin Brothers. It's good.
It sounds like a lot of fun. Let's see. Jeremy, tell us about his Patreon, man.
Yeah, Aaron Reese on Patreon. If you got comics, maps, tokens, other fun RPG assets, check it out. Why not?
Absolutely. And then let's see. Bert, Steam Steel and Murder. What are you guys going on?
Yeah, this Tuesday is 2nd edition Dungeons and Dragons. Friday is BX Dungeons and Dragons. This Saturday, I'll be on the official Goodman Games channel with some of the folks here running Weird Frontiers, a horror DCC role-playing game. And yeah, that's my week.
Fantastic. Let's see. Us. Friday, we have our 2nd episode of Blade Runner. So we're going to be playing around with that again. A lot of fun. Saturday, we'll be back to One Ring, continuing our campaign there, Waking of Angmar. Monday, this time next week, we will be doing Orient Express again. So remember, we alternate between Holler and now Orient Express. So it'll be Orient Express next for Call of Cthulhu next Monday, and then Holler again in 2 weeks. Also, next Tuesday, we're starting up Forbidden Lands as the aforementioned Steven is running that for us. And we're going to be giving away we have 2 dice giveaways coming up, one this Friday for Blade Runner and one next Tuesday during Forbidden Lands. So if you want to win some dice from our friends over at Norse Foundry, come hang out in those streams and you get a chance. Some cool stuff. Slightly bigger dice packs this time too. You get some extra D6s, so it's pretty fun. Other than that, thank you for everyone who hung out tonight. Players, thanks for playing, being silly, and punching dogs. And yeah, I think that's it. Why don't we go ahead and raid somebody? And I probably should have had that ready all before, but I didn't. So I'm going to talk slowly. Talk about the raid feature. I
appreciate that in chat there's a little cliffhanger emote that somebody threw down.
Is it really?
Thanks.
Raid.
Nice.
All right, we're going to go ahead and raid Happy Jacks RPG. It looks like they're playing a role-playing game. So go enjoy the role-play game that they're playing. We'll catch y'all later. Thanks, everyone.